Hello there everyone, welcome back to a brand new video. Today I'm going to talk about the brand new Lego Tintin set. So the thing is, actually, I am a Belgian guy. I'm from Belgium, I live in Belgium, and Tintin is a big franchise here in Belgium because Tintin originally was or is, I suppose, a Belgian comic book character. And we love our comic book characters, right? And on the walls in Brussels, we have different like paintings and different wall arts depicting different Belgian comic books, and Tintin is actually one of them. So anyhow, if you don't know what Tintin is, it was created by Georges Prosper Rémy, aka obviously his alter ego name Hergé, from the French pronunciation of his reverse initials RG. He was obviously a Belgian comic strip artist. He's best known for creating The Adventures of Tintin, the series of comic albums that are considered one of the most popular European comics of the 20th century. So there we go. Alright, Hergé is a big name in Belgium, I suppose. And we as Belgians, we don't have a lot, but we're very happy about the things that we've created. So obviously, Tintin is a series of 24 comic book albums created by the Belgian cartoonist Hergé, right? The series was one of the most popular European comics of the 20th century. By 2007, a century after Hergé's birth, Tintin had been published in more than 70 languages with sales of more than 200 million copies, and has been adapted for radio, television, theater and film. So there you go. Alright, that is very, very cool. There are a couple of characters in Tintin. We have Tintin, obviously, and Snowy. So obviously, Tintin is a young Belgian reporter and adventurer who becomes involved in dangerous cases in which he takes heroic action to save the day. The adventures may feature Tintin hard at work with his investigative journalism, but seldom is he seen actually turning in a story. Readers and critics have described Tintin as a well-rounded yet open-ended, intelligent and creative character, noting that his lack of backstory and neutral personality permits a reflection of the evil, folly and foolhardiness which surrounds him. The character never compromises his Boy Scout ideals, which represent Hergé's own, and his status allows the reader to assume his position within the story, rather than merely following the adventures of a strong protagonist. Snowy, aka Milou, or I guess Bobby, I suppose, in Hergé's original version, a white, wary fox terrier dog is Tintin's loyal companion. Like Captain Haddock, Snowy is fond of Loch Lomond brand Scotch whiskey. That is interesting, and his occasional bouts of drinking tend to get him into unintentional trouble, as does his only fear, arachnids. So he's afraid of spiders. So there you go. Obviously, we also have Captain Haddock, right? It's a merchant marine sea captain and Tintin's best friend. Introduced in The Crab with the Golden Claws, Haddock is initially depicted as a weak and alcoholic character, but later evolves to becoming genuinely heroic and even a socialite after he finds a treasure from his ancestor, Sir Francis Haddock. So there we go. So these are also in the set, in the brand new Lego set. So there we go. We have Professor Calculus, obviously Professor Cuthbert Calculus is Hergé's original version, obviously. Let's see here. Is an absent-minded and partially deaf psychicist, I think, as a scientist who specializes in the field of physics. Okay, so there we go. And a regular character alongside Tintin, Snowy, and Captain Haddock. He was introduced in Red Rackham's Treasure and based partially on Auguste Piccard, a Swiss physicist. So might that be a reference to Picard from Star Trek? Might be, or might not be. I'm not quite sure. Maybe I'm overthinking this. So there we go. So, supporting characters. Hergé's supporting characters have been cited as far more developed than the central character, each embedded, I think, with strength of character and depth of personality, which has been compared with that of the characters of Charles Dickens. Very interesting. We also have Thompson and Thompson, which are also in this set, are two incompetent detectives who look like identical twins but aren't. Their only discernible, I think, difference being the shape of their mustaches. First introduced in the Cigars of Poirot, I think. They provide much of the comic relief throughout the series, being afflicted with chronic spoonerism, I think. What's that? As an occurrence of speech in which corresponding consonants, vowels, or blah blah blah, are switched between two words of a phrase. That's interesting. These are named after the Oxford Dawn, whatever. They're extremely clumsy, thoroughly incompetent, and usually bent on arresting the wrong character. So there you go. Alright, that is really interesting. A little small introduction to Hergé and the Tintin characters. And now, obviously, let's talk about this brand new Lego set, right? Blast off into comic book history with the Lego Ideas Tintin Moon Rocket, a detailed display model inspired by the classic Tintin comic books Destination Moon and Explorers of the Moon. Designed for adults aged 18 plus, the 1283-piece set recreates the instantly recognizable red and white checkered moon rocket. Standing at 50 centimeters tall, it is crafted as a display-ready piece that brings Tintin's legendary journey from page to brick build, form, right? The set includes 6 classic Tintin characters. Tintin, obviously, like I said, Captain Haddock, Professor Calculus, Thompson and Thompson, all dressed in detailed space suits with helmets and oxygen tank accessories. Plus a snowy, I guess, dog build or a dog character. Builders can relive an iconic moment from Explorers on the Moon, removing a panel at the top of the rocket to reveal a hidden control room, allowing a minifigure to be placed inside for the breathtaking first view of Earth from space. The Tintin Moon Rocket was submitted by Portugal-based fan designer Alexis dos Santos. So there we go, Lego Ideas surname TCal86 via the Lego Ideas program. Once designed and published on the platform, it achieved a landmark of 10,000 votes status, and following the selection process by the Lego Ideas review board, was approved to be made into an official Lego set. So there you go. Creating the Tintin Moon Rocket has been an incredible journey, said Alexis dos Santos. I wanted to capture the spirit of Tintin's iconic rocket in a way that celebrated both its engineering elegance and its place in pop culture, recreating its curvature, I think, and connecting the 3 floors pushed by creativity and seeing it finally come together with all the minifigures in their spacesuits has been incredibly rewarding. I hope the build sparks the same sense of imagination and adventure that inspired me from the very beginning. The Lego Ideas Tintin Moon Rocket set is available for pre-order from today and available for immediate purchase from the 1st of April 2026. Obviously priced at €160 and in Lego stores and also on Lego websites. Okay, let's talk about the price of this set, because like I said, I'm a big, Tintin guy. I love Tintin. I'm really proud that we as Belgians have this popular character here. And 50 centimeters, €160. I mean, yeah, sure. The thing is, I really want to get the set. I really want the set. I'm not quite sure why, but I really want it because it's like a piece of like Belgian culture. And I think that's quite cool, right? It's obviously for the fans of Lego and the fans for Tintin, right? But, I think, I have this little place here in my bedroom here where I have the Lego Horizon Tallneck set. And I want to play something next to it. I'll show you right now, I guess, what I'm talking about, so you can actually see what I'm talking about, right? You've got my comic books, right? I still have place for like one more set here, or like 2 of them. Maybe it could be cool, right? I can still, stack my comic books next to each other without like a worry in the world. So there we go. I could just stack them over and can push this backwards. So there we go. I just want a few more sets, displayed there. So yeah, might be cool, right? So yeah, like I said, I really want to play something else there. Maybe this Rocketship, or maybe like the new Lego Project Hail Mary set, which is also very interesting. And that's around €120, I believe. I've read the book and I'm really happy that I read the book, right? It was a really good book and I can't wait for the movie as well. So there we go. So yeah, maybe one of these 2 sets will be there in the coming future, because they're both very cool sets. And, as I become older, I really appreciate the much more detailed 18 plus sets. I'm not a guy who's going to buy like a €100 Lego set for like ordinary people, right? Once in a while, I buy a very cheap Lego set for around €20 or €10. And obviously build it, and I still have so much, childhood's like memories about building Lego sets. I'm still a big Lego fan, right? But on my channel, I just, reduced those Lego videos quite a lot. But hey, look, if this is one of those things that I eventually buy, I'm going to make a video on it, probably, right? And I'm really happy that Lego, eventually made this Tintin set, because a long time ago, 10 years ago, Tintin was rumored to be in Lego Dimensions, which is obviously my favorite Lego game, and obviously one of my favorite subjects for the YouTube channel here. And to see this actually eventually come true, and obviously to have a Lego Tintin character being legit is so cool, right? I mean, we could have gotten him in Lego Dimensions, but now we have him in an ordinary Lego set. And the thing is, I'm not quite sure if this will be able to be happening, right? But I really want to have like a second Lego Tintin set, maybe with their normal clothes, right? Obviously with like the blue sweater for Tintin and Captain Haddock's iconic captain outfit, and obviously Thompson and Thompson in their, I guess, tuxedos, right? And their canes and stuff like that. I really want to have like another Lego Tintin set. I'm quite sure we'll get one, eventually down the line. But obviously, never say never, right? So yeah, this set looks great, 160 euros. It's awesome in my opinion. I'm really proud of it. Obviously, big thanks to the creator from Lego Ideas that made this one, which is obviously Alexis Dos Santos, aka TKL86. So there we go. And obviously, Tintin has been adapted in multiple projects before, like obviously the TV show from the 70s, but also obviously the movie from 2011, and I do get people that will be saying, well, okay, Tintin isn't really popular, right? Yeah, that's true, but when the movie released, the 2011 one, a lot of famous people worked on that, man. We obviously have Steven Spielberg, who was the director, and he was the director of the film, so I mean, it's amazing, right? We obviously have Peter Jackson, who worked on it too, obviously best known for Lord of the Rings. Kathleen Kennedy was producer too. Writers were Stephen Moffat from Doctor Who fame, Edgar Wright from obviously Cornetto Trilogy and his other awesome movies. And obviously we had Jamie Bell as Tintin. We have Andy Serkis, I guess, as Captain Haddock, and Daniel Craig as the main villain, right? We also had obviously Nick Frost and Simon Pegg as Thompson and Thompson. Guys, this was just a blast, right? The film didn't have a sequel, which was quite a shame because it would have been really cool. But hey, look, you should really watch that film. It's a really entertaining and fun film, even if it looks kind of weird. I suppose the animation, live action, hybrid looks, could have been better. But sure, yeah, it's still a very entertaining and adventurous film, right? So there you go. Alright, that's pretty much it for me today, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. So yeah, hopefully maybe one day I'll get this set, or I guess for sure I'm maybe going to get the Lego Project Hail Mary set. And speaking of which, I still really need to get that Lego Horizon Adventure sets from Varl and Aloy with the two creatures there. Anyhow, that's just a side little thing because I also really love Lego Horizon. But anyhow, these I suppose 3 Lego sets are coming up in my future. Could be really cool to see, obviously. So yeah, alright, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Let me know down in the comment section below what you thought of this video, if you liked the set, if you didn't like the set, if you're going to get it or not. And I guess that's pretty much it for me today. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I will check you later. Goodbye, bro.
Anything? Oh dear.